prison over an alleged sex for drugs ring that was led by prison guards.
And strong winds could again start pushing an Arizona wildfire closer to hundreds of homes. Firefighters aren't giving up. Those stories all ahead on This American Morning. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. I'm Soledad O'Brien.
And I'm John Roberts. In this week for Miles O'Brien. One more day to go, and then it's Friday, and then the weekend.
Wow, you sound like a guy who's working a lot of double shifts. Let's begin with our top story this morning. For the second time this week, charges being filed against U.S. servicemen for actions in Iraq. In the latest case, 7 Marines and 1 Navy corpsman could face even the death penalty for an alleged murder in Hamdaniya. CNN's Barbara Starr, live at the Pentagon this morning. Barbara, good morning.
Good morning to you, Soledad. A late afternoon press conference yesterday at the Marine base at Camp Pendleton in California laid it all out. 7 Marines and a Navy corpsman now facing murder charges in relation to the death of an Iraqi man. This is a case that is proving to be very disturbing by all accounts. The charges, besides murder against all 8, include larceny, assault, and kidnapping. The next step in this matter will be the commander will have to decide whether to proceed to an Article 32 hearing, the equivalent of a grand jury proceeding, and then the possibility of a full courts-martial or trial. By all accounts, what is involved here is the charges are that the men took an Iraqi man out of his house, shot him, and then planted a shovel and an AK-47 next to his body to make it appear that he was planting an IED. Of course, all of this still to be proven in a military legal proceeding. Lawyers and family members have said that they believe the men are innocent of all of the charges. But Soledad, this comes on the same day yesterday in another case. The military filed charges against a 4th soldier in another case charged with premeditated murder of 3 Iraqi detainees. That case now also proceeding through the military justice system. Soledad.
Barbara, we know that General Casey is in town. Are you expecting to hear that there be recommendations for troop withdrawals anytime soon?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if the news media hears, or if it's just others in town. At this hour, Secretary Rumsfeld and General Casey have just arrived on Capitol Hill. They are having a breakfast meeting with members of Congress, and it is troop withdrawals, of course, that they are absolutely going to be asked about. General Casey, certainly we know, has options always for troop withdrawals, but whether he is ready to make that critical recommendation that was expected sometime around now, whether he is going to make that recommendation this week remains to be seen. Soledad.
Barbara Starr is at the Pentagon for us this morning. Barbara, thanks. John?
The Senate is expected to vote this morning on 2 Democratic proposals to pull U.S. troops out of Iraq. Congressional correspondent Dana Bash is live on Capitol Hill this morning. The debate between Democrats is the real story, though, isn't it?
It really is, John, and it's interesting because you remember last week it was the House Republicans that forced a vote on Iraq.